What's good? It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? It's your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit doggone subscribe button, hit notification bell every time I post a good new content. Well, people, you know, sometimes I really wish people, before they get on their soapbox, right? I really wish that they would actually really just stop. What's good? What's good? Hey, I appreciate that. Just stick around because there's more to come. So, okay. But you know what? Maybe just maybe me and you might need to compare notes one time. Uh, well, sometimes I really wish people would act like before they actually really get on their soapbox, whether it's here on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, whatever the case may be, right? I really wish that they would actually really stop and think about what the fuck they talking about before they actually really put shit on a soapbox or on a platform for the whole world to see, right? And I mean, and for those, and I really hope that you are subscribed to the channel. So, just finished watching this one video, Melanie King, right? So, um, and if you look down in the description, we can get it off of there. So yeah, so I can damn. Uh, I got so much to talk about that it's all trying to rush out as if like I got to take a huge shit, right? And then I'm just hoping to make it to the toilet in time. But in either case, with all of this stuff that's going on, and I great the fact it's been in the news, right, with the solar flares or whatever. And I guess what they're saying now that the solar flares are actually like really being more visible than usual, right? And so I'm just like, okay. And then you sit up here and then you listen to these bullshit ass scientists, right? And they don't know what the fuck is going on. And then put like this: no disrespect to Melanie King, right? Or anybody else that actually really think the same way that she may do, right? And then just know if you go on her channel, because I put it down there, but just like I say, you know how I can only type so much, but just know like if you go on YouTube and type in Melody King and just type some of that title, right? And then just go and look at what the fuck I said, right? Then you actually really understand why I'm actually really doing this particular show. So in our case, she wants to talk about the firmament. Firmament. Just like a lot of motherfuckers want to talk about the firmament for whatever fucking reason. Talking about you can't leave the firmament, right? But and for the most part, that could be that that could be a thing, right? But for the most part, right, if you really don't know how far this so-called firmament extends, then please shut the fuck up. Like seriously, right? Because let's just say for those of y'all that actually really saying that, okay, can't nothing leave the firmament, right? But shit can come in the firmament, right? So I'm just like, okay, so how did the dinosaurs die off? And somebody please explain to me that big ass crater hole that's in Arizona, right? And so for the most part, now with that, I'm gonna try to give a foundation because I got to get out of here before too long. So you look at the planet Earth and how it is, right? And for those of y'all that actually really know anything about how the human body works, as far as like the biggest organ of the body, right, is the human skin, right? Now, when you go to the doctor, they give you a vaccine, right? What they do? They take that needle and they take the needle, right? Puncture your skin and they inject whatever bullshit that they're gonna give you, right? That's breaking the firmament because just like it's 7 layers to the human skin, it's also 7 layers to the atmosphere. All right. So with all that bullshit you talk about, the firmament this, the firmament that, the firmament the other, talk about you can't leave it or it can't be penetrated. I call bullshit on that because again, the human earth, the earth and the human body, which comes from the earth, one and the same, right? So then she was talking about the waters above. Okay, goddamn it, them clouds. And then, do this motherfucker even know anything about the goddamn water cycle? Right? See, y'all make motherfucker. I hate it when motherfuckers like they put this shit out and they try to make it sound more than what the fuck it actually is. Which for the most part, that pisses me off more than any goddamn thing else. Motherfuckers want to sit up here and holler about now. Great the fact she never said this. But anytime when somebody talks about the firmament, you might want to just go ahead and be like, I'm gonna actually just go ahead and classify you as okay, you actually really think that the earth is flat. But if you've been paying attention, right, up until this point, right, the human body is nowhere being flat, especially if you goddamn female, right? And that's about as far as that's about as far as I'm actually really gonna take it, right? So if the human body is not flat, what makes you think that the earth itself is flat? Draw back all that water, right? And see what the hell you find. Okay? And so they was actually really talking, they was actually so it was some other shit in there. This one motherfucker talking about magnetic storms. Okay, just know that magnetic storms, just like I said, for those of y'all actually really know your science, right? You already know where all of the magnetic storms take place in the atmosphere. Electrical charges by the clouds, right? Even as we speak, there's an electrical storm going on in the clouds right now. The weather folk may not know what the fuck is going on, but for like this, if you actually really compare the two, if you compare the earth to the human body, right? Clouds are what color? Most of the time, composed of gray and white matter. The human brain is composed of gray and white matter. And guess what? Guess what's going on in the human brain right now? A lot of electrical charges going on. Hence, that's why I'm able to do all this shit what the fuck I'm doing right now. So just because of what the hell I'm just know it's a hell of a goddamn storm going on up here. So what I'm saying, so when you don't know, you don't know. In addition to this, and I'm actually really gonna call bullshit on what the fuck she said because anybody that actually really knows anything about science, as far as like the sun goes, the sun acts like the sun has a 12-year cycle that happens. And during that 12-year cycle, at the end, whether it's at the end or at the beginning, guess what? A lot of shit is going on with the sun, right? So of course, a solar flare may hit here, a solar flare may hit there, a solar flare may hit everywhere. But the biggest one ever recorded was back in, I want to say 1889, right? And so for the most part, right, just think about it for a minute. And I think she said something about the motherfucking power grid. But the thing about it is this. Let's just say for shits and giggles that if a solar flare hit like that, like it did in 1889, right? You have some shit hit like that today? Oh yeah. We in a lot of trouble. Or some of y'all gonna be in a motherfucking lot of trouble. Right? Because a lot of you motherfuckers don't know how to put like this. Technology is a motherfucker. A lot of y'all gonna be like, oh shit, my GPS don't work. So now I'm lost. And then a lot of you motherfuckers don't know how to read no goddamn map neither. Right? So again, a lot of y'all gonna be lost. But then again, the way a lot of this stuff is set up now, the sewer systems and all that kind of shit, all this shit is ran electrical. So guess what? If a solar flare was to hit that was strong enough, like it was back in 1889, right? Then yeah, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Then I want to say back in 1989, it was another solar flare that hit the earth. It wasn't as bad, but it was bad enough. And then I actually really want to say it was another one back in, I want to say 2011, 2012, right? So if you actually really stop and look at it, pay attention to when the 12-year cycle is done with. And then when the solar flares hit. But the scientists have told us this. So what the fuck are the scientists actually really scared of? Right? So I'm just like, okay, so and then okay, you paranoid, then we make you paranoid. And then this motherfucker got the nerve to say that the solar system is anti-biblical. Well, for the most part, depending on how you look at it, it could be. But the thing about it though is this. Apparently, this motherfucker has not read Romans 1:19 and 20. Because if she did, she never would have let that shit fly out of her mouth. Joshua and his 12 disciples. And then just in case if you don't know what the hell Romans 1:19 and 20 says, the invisible things of the world are clearly seen by those things that are made visible. Meaning, the SON, what did he do when he was here? He brought life and light to the world. The S-O-N, the S-U-N, what does it do? It brings life and light to the world, right? That's in the Bible. So what the fuck you talking about? Melanie King? Fuck you talking about? Talking about the solar system is anti-biblical. Yeah. And I told you this in the goddamn comment. The same thing with the motherfucking water cycle. Water's above, them clouds, water below. Pick any goddamn lake, river, or ocean. Yeah, they separate, but the thing about though is this. Are they really? Are they really separate? Don't worry, I'll wait. And so for the most part, I'm just like, okay, again, do you really do y'all really like this? Well, I already know the goddamn answer to that. Cause y'all don't. You don't know shit about the goddamn universe. And that's another thing. Oh, ain't no goddamn universe. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. What the fuck you think your body is? Because we are nothing more than a copy of the original pattern. But then again, okay, I get it. Y'all don't know no fucking better. Y'all don't know no fucking better. All right? So for the most part, I get it. I get what y'all saying in a sense. But I know better. Just because the solar flares that hit, like solar flares hit the earth each and every goddamn day. Just like there are there are magnetic storms that hit the earth each and every day. Electrical charges in a cloud, just like your human brain, give off electrical charges in order for you to move and do what the fuck you need to do. The spinal cord is a goddamn circuit breaker. Yeah, I said it. Y'all gonna stop listening to a lot of these goddamn scientists. Because scientists will actually really have you believe in the Big Bang Theory. But I tell people all the time, I'm smarter than the goddamn average scientist. Right? Because I don't believe in motherfucking theories. Either that shit happened or it didn't. Plain and simple. Because again, over there, I forget what I know it's over there in for Psalms. Basically, all what he had to say was all what he had to do was say, let it be, and thus it was. Right? Y'all should have learned that shit in the first book of Genesis. He told y'all then. Ain't no fucking Big Bang Theory. Hell, I created this shit. Yes, I banged the shit out of the universe. Right? And just because I banged the shit out of the universe, I got 9 planets to prove it. On top of the rest of this shit. Why the fuck y'all think they call it the goddamn Milky Way? Don't go there. Right? But but that's what the fuck the crazy uncle would give you. Right? So again, no disrespect to you, Melanie King, but on this one, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. And then you want to sit up there and talk about that red cow. Like, what the fuck? It's a cow. The ultimate sacrifice. See, but then you want to sit talk about the word of God, talk about the Bible. And I said this in the comment. I'm like, you know what? You might need to go read John 1 and 1, where it says, in the beginning, there was the word was with God, and the word was God. And then go down and read what verse 14 said, and the word became flesh. That goddamn Bible is paper. Don't make me whoop your ass with the Bible or what you would call God's word. Either way it goes, guess what? The ass whooping is coming, you gonna feel it. Plain and simple. But I get it. Now, if you just now call yourself trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, okay, I got it. But but it's almost like as if you're in the Manchester house. Oh no, not Manchester, Winchester house. You open the door and then bam, there's a wall there. Right? But it's one door in that house. You open it up and it leads you right outside. And then you open that damn door, you like, ooh, I'm outside. And guess what the fuck you did? You fell off. So, so here's the deal, people. That's what the fuck we gonna do. Right? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna talk to y'all for a few more minutes. And then I gotta get out here. I gotta take my little grandbaby to karate class. Right? But it's just for some fact. Stop with this motherfucking feminist shit. Talking about we can't leave this motherfucker, but guess what? Shit can come in. Every time you carry your ass to the goddamn doctor, and they give you a shot, the firmament has been broken. Every time you open your mouth, guess what? The firmament has been broken. And shit comes out of your mouth. So I don't want to hear no more bullshit about can't nobody leave the goddamn firmament. Because the vocal cords are where? Inside. And the sound that you produce from the vocal cords come out. So don't sit up here and tell me that can't nothing leave out this motherfucker, because it can. Now, did we go to the moon? Absolutely not. I get, but all that other bullshit that you was talking, no, And then you want to sit up there, is this the end of days? Okay, according to how the what is it? The Gregorian calendar. This is November 13th, 2025. So how the fuck we in the last days if you actually really pay attention to what the fuck Second Peter, I want to say it is Second Peter 3 is Second Peter 3 and 8, where it says, hey, look, don't be ignorant, for one day to us is 1,000 years to Yahweh. Right? And 1,000 days is of one day. So the way Yahweh see it, one day to him is 1,000 years. So now let's actually really go back to the days of the creation. Day one, what happened? Day two, what happened? Day three, what happened? 4, 5, 6, what happened? What happened on the sixth day? Man was created. Or was it day 4? Right? Because what happened on day 4? Yahweh, what did he do? He hung up the sun, sun, what happened to be the son, and the stars. He did that on the fourth day. So even if you, this is 2025, right? Is the end near? I mean, not great. In fact, you didn't say the end of the world is coming, but I'm just telling you right now. Ain't shit finna happen. Not to the planet, but just know this. If you or anybody else don't wake up tomorrow, then guess what? The world as you know it is over with. So quit talking about the end of the world. This like all this shit gonna motherfucking blow up. Oh, no, that is not how the song go, people. I'm so fucking sorry to tell you. This is not how the song go. I can't tell you, I'm 52 years old. I can't tell you how many times that so-called people that knew what the fuck they was talking about. Talking about the end of the world gonna happen on such and such a day, such and such a time, and such and such a year. The last time I heard that shit, I was in ninth grade, right? And they were talking then, okay, all right, we in the classroom, right? So we sit up here, okay, we waiting on it. We waiting on it. And then shit happened. Sorry, big bro. This is what I'll be talking about right here. I see something, and then I'll be like, damn, I gotta talk about it like this right off. Right? But come tomorrow, 11:30. Me and you can get together and we will revisit this topic if you want. Right? Because I really want to hear what you got to say about this. So, matter of fact, I would actually like, well, you already know, you already got access, but I will actually really send you the clip of what this ignorant bitch said. So, but and for the most part, I don't like to be disrespectful, but at the same time, if you don't know what the fuck you talk about, then yeah, I gotta get you. The crazy uncle gotta get you. It's what the fuck I do. So, uh, for the most part, I think I've said enough. Just like I said, I gotta get ready, take the grandbaby to karate class, right? And ain't no guarantees. So this bear with me, big bro. Uh, once I once once all of the festivities over with, right? I'm gonna get that clip, right? And I send it to you. You watch it, right? And then just like I said, right? If you matter of fact, if you can actually like once I send that to you, because ain't no problem with us actually like doing a reaction video, right? We can talk about it. We can let it run. We can pause it. You give, you say what you think. I say what I think, and we'll actually like really let it run, right? And then in the part of when we can actually really pause it, we talk it, and then you can actually really bring up, get on your computer or whatever, or on your phone or whatever, however you actually really want to do it. We can actually really bring this stuff up for everybody else to see, right? And I actually really think we'll get a hell of a lot. We'll get a lot more viewers. People can actually really be like, okay, well, damn, all right, they own to something here, right? So for the most part, uh, let's shoot for 11:30 tomorrow. right? And we'll do the damn thing. So, but for everybody else, right? You know, I've already said my spiel, right? So you just make sure that you're ready. I didn't call you, but you need to get ready. So with that being said, go get ready. Why are you not ready now? Well, you didn't bring out the game. Where's the suit? Where's the suit? Where it always be. In either case, look. With that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell big dad, tell big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa. Motherfucker next door, cross the street, round the corner, Paulus Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. I'll holler at y'all. Question: why you didn't ask